water's boiling, so it might be a little bit loud, but I'm going to try and compose myself, but we are going through the hardest week of our life.
I don't even know how to start this video because what I've seen over on TikTok has just absolutely rattled me, and it's brought me back to that feeling that I had when we found out about Ruby Frankie and what she'd put her children through. The feeling of kind of being aware, I mean, with Ruby Frankie, I had actually been following the 8 passengers, and then I was aware of the connections page, so you know, I'd made videos on it. I knew there was backstory. With the Harris family, I'd seen Allanah, the mum, I'd seen her pop up on my TikTok, and I'd quickly scroll past, because if you know about my channel, I don't agree with young children being put on the internet in that way, especially young, of what we thought was sick children. If I see that, I scroll past. I usually go not interested, go past. But I'd seen her appear, and I'd sort of seen the controversy happening with, you know, should you show sick children online, say sick children.
Detailing several trips to hospital with their daughter, and at one point even had their crisis accommodation on their platforms at Ronald McDonald House. GoFundMe raised tens of thousands of dollars for the child, but was then closed. Police say they are now investigating if the child was being poisoned instead of battling that illness.
I don't want to say things and speculate on things, because law enforcement have actually come out this morning over in the UK. It would have been in the evening or the afternoon for Australia, where this has happened in Queensland. They said that, you know, they don't want people just coming on and almost derailing the investigation because people want to put their own 2 cents on it.
Now, Queensland police were asked about this investigation a short time ago, and they cautioned social media users about their public commentary.
I certainly understand things that go into social media. People get concerned when maybe not all the information's available. I do understand that. That's what I'd say. Be cautious what you put and what you read on social media. We are certainly monitoring it, and we are investigating the matter.
I'm just going to go with what we know, and to provide a little bit of context to what you're probably going to end up seeing blowing up across most social medias in the next upcoming months. The long and the short of it is that Allanah, the mum, is being investigated. That's what we know now, and has had all of her children taken away from her. She had this 1-year-old who she claimed had a load of problems, would go to the doctors and would say, you know, she's not waking up, she's not normal, she's abnormal, and all this kind of stuff. So they actually went and I think they did 2 explorational brain surgeries on this child, this 1-year-old little girl, to try and determine what was the matter, and it was all just coming back as there's nothing, you know, we can't get to the bottom of it.
Told that our daughter's brain is covered in tumours, and what is worse, but I need a coffee.
Meanwhile, she does have other children as well. I am not entirely sure just how many, so people can clue me in on that. I know that I think there's a mum and a dad. Brock's the dad, and I think Brock, there's a child that lives there from a separate relationship, if I've got that one right. I think she had 3 children, very close, very close back to back. She did in fact suffer a stillbirth. I know that. I think she was 20 weeks. So as this was all happening, she would receive 60k in total from the GoFundMes. Now, I went to try and find this GoFundMe, and this GoFundMe has recently been pulled, as has all of their social media, so you can't find any material unless people are reposting. It was getting to the point where people are saying, who live in that neighborhood, they live in the area, you know, you'd have businesses who would sacrifice a whole day's wages, small businesses, to donate to this family because they honestly believed that this little girl was critically ill.
There are local businesses around us who contributed to that GoFundMe account. One business in particular donated $4,000. They did a fundraiser. This small business, this mum, she spent hours baking these goodies for her. All the proceeds they made that day went to the Harris family, and that ended up being $4,000. I'm a business owner, and I did think about hosting a day for Daisy, because obviously in that area there was lots of businesses doing it, and I was like, look, I want to do it. I personally can't contribute because of my financial situation, but I thought about it with my business, but for some reason I didn't. And I'm so glad that I didn't.
As soon as you bring sick children, especially sick babies, into this, people just want to help. People just want to help, especially within the community. You think about it, I think they were given loads of things, given experiences. People were buying things for them. Like I said, there were GoFundMes. I think there were actually multiple GoFundMes, but fact check me on that. What has now come out is Brock, the dad, released a statement. It said, "I figured this would be the fastest way to reach everybody, as I know everyone likes to gossip. For what it is worth, I had no idea about what Allanah was doing to child. I pushed for those surgeries because in my heart I felt that it would help. I didn't realise that the child was being drugged the entire time, causing her symptoms to be what they were. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm a good dad, and I do my best to love and protect my children. I should have done better for them. I'm sorry I couldn't protect the child the way I should have. The children have been taken into custody under speculation. I potentially had something to do with this. On everything I have ever known and ever loved, I had no idea what Allanah was doing. Allanah, you're an absolute monster. You win. To all 4 of my beautiful, beautiful children, I love you so dearly. I'm so sorry." I believe, in my own research, I think that was what caused the catalyst for people to then go, what the hell's going on? And I think, as it turns out, the nurses ran blood tests on the baby and discovered that she had really high levels of like a Valium type substance in her blood, which they did not give. From there, it escalated, and Brock, the dad, has literally turned around and all the children have been taken away. A lot of people were saying, Munchausen by proxy. Believe that Munchausen syndrome is when you make yourself really ill, and then Munchausen by proxy syndrome is making someone else, like your parents, really ill, or in worst case scenario, I mean, it's all worst case scenario, making your child really, really ill. So that's what a lot of people are claiming. And once again, this is people claiming, this is people who were either nurses or people that knew them, or the like. Okay, this is not set in stone, and I don't want anyone to run away here saying that is what the officers have said, because that's not it. An update on that as well.
To you, good news today. Police have confirmed that young child has now been released from the Queensland Children's Hospital and is doing well. But she isn't in the custody of her parents, though. The little girl is at the subject of this investigation amid allegations she was poisoned, drugged to mimic a life-threatening medical condition. Her family has a huge following on social media platforms, TikTok and Instagram. They lived their lives online, detailing several trips to hospital with their daughter, and at one point even had their crisis accommodation on their platforms at Ronald McDonald House.
All social media have been scrubbed, but there's been clips that keep on resurfacing. For instance, I found one where Allanah was talking about not that baby but another child, and was gloating about the fact that child had, slept for like 20 hours.
Guys, slept for 20 hours yesterday. 20. He was only awake for 4 hours. There he is.
There was also another clip that I saw, which I'm pretty sure was actually the clip that I clicked not interested in originally, because I recognised it. People have got this clip together of Allanah basically breaking the news that her daughter has this terrible thing, and then within there were no tears.
Is told that our daughter's brain is covered in tumours, and what is worse, but I need a coffee, so let's make a coffee together.
You probably all heard about Allanah Harris and, more importantly, her baby who she poisoned. The nurses actually were the ones who found this behaviour suspicious because of the way that Allanah, the mother, was acting, because she was getting a lot of, money and gifts and attention from TikTok. And it turns out their suspicions were correct because she was poisoning her.
I also don't have a coffee machine, and I really need a new coffee. I really need a real coffee right now.
I need a new coffee. I need a real coffee. In her brain, she's already thinking, I'm going to cry about it and someone will buy me a new coffee machine.
But I've just got the stick ones. It's going to have to do.
I'm not a mother of children, but I am a mother of fur babies. And I know that if I got that news about one of them, I would not be consolable. Wouldn't pull my phone out to film it. And 3, I wouldn't be asking for a coffee machine.
My kettle is boiling, so it might be a little bit loud, but I'm going to try and compose myself, but we are going through the hardest week of our life. He had 5 seizures in the space of that 1 hour. Wow.
That's been my week.
Who ends the video? Who ends a video like that? A, the thumbs up, but also, did you notice how she had to have one final check of herself again?
Warning flags are very much there, but nobody wants to believe that this is something that happens, but it does, which is exactly the reasoning why I said at the very beginning that this brings me back to how I felt and how a lot of other people felt who had been following along with Ruby Frankie, Jodie Hildebrandt. Whispers in the corridors. Like, I was a part of the Reddit thread way before Ruby and Jodie got found out. And there were whispers in the corridors. There were little like, oh, what's going on there? There was speculation that something weird was happening, but nobody wanted to believe it. Your mind can't quite comprehend that someone would do something like this, let alone a mother to their child. Now what's happened is that I've noticed mummy influencers who actually knew Allanah would actually go and hang out with Allanah and babies and children, who are coming out and basically saying that they feel really, really sick over this. They had absolutely no idea.
I'm finding it really, really hard, like, knowing I was friends with someone like that, and I just got off the phone to Mum in absolute tears because I'm so upset that I allowed my own babies to be around her and be in her home and put them in potential danger as well. And I think I'm just finding it really hard because I'm so cautious of the people I allow in my life and my children's life, and I'm really cautious of the people who I'm friends with, and I just can't believe that this has all come out, and this was someone I trusted to be around my children, and I trusted with my personal life and information and just like sharing things with her, and I'm so angry that I supported her through this.
There's a lot of other people as well who are saying, I feel sick, I didn't know this. Young kids just shouldn't be exploited on the internet. They shouldn't be used as content. And I don't know how many casualties it needs to take for people to for there to be a site-wide fix on this. I don't know how many, because at the end of the day, by the sounds of it, from observing, Allanah saw the money and saw the fame and the support that doing that to her child would get on social media and the local community. Hence that would have been her driving force. Wouldn't have been able to do that had you not been able to show your children in that way on social media. That's all I'm trying to say. And I don't know how many instances it has to take for sites to actually understand that this can go to this level of extreme. I saw another girl as well who lived extremely close, like within the neighborhood, kind of close, and she was saying that even before this happened, she would always see Allanah out and about.
I myself live 15 minutes away from Allanah, so I used to see her when I'd go grocery shopping, and I thought it was pretty cool because obviously she was a big TikToker, someone famous in our area. They look like the cutest family. Like, Allanah just looked like a beautiful mother who loved to wear flowy dresses and was just so innocent and happy and just a beautiful mum. And then Daisy got sick and she started posting all these things, and I did think to myself, why the fuck is she smiling? Like, she would be holding her child, like, who is unconscious with tubes in her, and she's like that is so fucking confronting to post.
She's not the only girl as well. There's loads of people that I keep on seeing appearing, and they are saying this that same thing, like, oh, I saw her, or I knew her. I've always been extremely vocal about how I feel about family channels and having people showing their children online, and I feel like you can draw parallels between this case and that for the sole purpose of she was doing it most likely because she wanted all the accolades and she wanted the money and the fame that social media was giving her. If there's any more updates, I will of course keep you guys updated, but like they say, you may not even find out what a verdict is going to be or anything until the new year, because there are very young children involved. That is pretty much all I've got for you guys today. I'm really sorry about the very somber video. I hope I explained it well enough. Like I say, I was never a viewer of the Harris family. My thoughts go out to all the children. Horrific thing to have happened. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Please take care of each other, please take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.